The electromagnetic spectrum. The electromagnetic spectrum is the organization of electromagnetic waves by wavelength, frequency, or energy. This chart shows the waves with wavelength decreasing from left to right. The waves shown are not exact, they just illustrate how the wavelengths decrease. So what do we have? The longest wavelengths, radio waves, then microwaves, infrared, and here's visible light, what we see every day, and it's just this little tiny piece of the spectrum. Then ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. The wavelengths decrease from 10 squared, which is 100 meters, that's over here, to 10 to the minus 12th meters, over here with gamma rays. That's a number with a decimal point and 11 zeros before you get to the 1 in the 12th decimal place. The bottom row, that's right over here, compares the wavelengths, the electromagnetic radiation wavelengths, to the size of some objects you may be familiar with. Radio waves have the longest wavelength, that's on the order of football fields, and gamma rays have the shortest, over here, and that's the size of a nucleus. So you go from football field, human, bee, pinhead, etc., until you get to a nuclear size. The rays we can see, as we just said, visible light, are only a tiny fraction of the spectrum. This is a video made by NASA, which is about 30 minutes long. The first 5 minutes are an excellent summary, and the rest of the video can be viewed at a later time about the electromagnetic spectrum. Looking at the spectrum another way, we're going to show the different types of electromagnetic waves from left to right. So radio, microwave, infrared, all the way down to gamma ray. That's in order of longest wavelength to the left over to shortest wavelength on the right. Think about the relationship between wavelength and frequency. How will frequency change as you go from radio waves to gamma rays? And we'll save that for the next slide. Wavelength and frequency are inverses. So as wavelength decreases, the frequency will increase. So we have wavelength decreasing in this direction, but look, frequency is increasing going from left to right. Just the opposite of what the wavelength does. The energy of an electromagnetic wave is directly proportional to its frequency. So as frequency increases, moving from left to right, so too does energy. Lowest energy down here, highest here. So radio waves have the lowest energy and gamma rays have the highest.